Listen carefully. Do not scroll past this moment as if it is ordinary. Do not treat these words like something you can return to later, because what is happening right now was not arranged by accident. Before your fingers paused, before your eyes slowed down, before your thoughts settled just enough to notice this message, I had already chosen this exact second for you. Yes, you. Not the person next to you, not someone else who seems stronger or more faithful. You. Because I saw something in you that others could not see. I saw the weight you have been carrying quietly. I saw the way you answered, "I'm fine," when your heart was anything but fine. I saw the moment you chose silence, because explaining your pain felt heavier than carrying it, and I could not allow you to continue like that without reaching you. So I brought you here, not randomly, but intentionally. You thought you were just watching another video, just passing time, just scrolling like always. But this is not like the other moments. This is a pause I created for your soul, because your soul has been speaking things your lips have not said. And I have heard every single one of them. I heard the questions you never asked out loud. I heard the prayers that never formed into full sentences. I heard the quiet cry hidden behind your strength. And I am speaking now because you need to hear this clearly. You are not as alone as you feel. You are not as forgotten as your thoughts have been telling you. You are not as far from peace as it seems right now. There were moments recently when you felt yourself getting tired, not just physically, but deep inside, the kind of tiredness that sleep cannot fix. You kept going. You kept showing up. You kept doing what was expected of you. But inside, something was becoming heavier. And even you did not fully understand why. You asked yourself, why do small things feel so overwhelming lately? Why does my mind feel so loud when everything around me is quiet? Why do I feel this pressure when nothing seems wrong on the outside? I saw those moments. I saw when your thoughts began to move in circles. I saw when your heart felt full, but you had no words to explain what you were feeling. And I saw how you tried to manage it alone. But you were never meant to carry all of that by yourself. That is why I am speaking now. Because there comes a point when silence becomes too heavy for the soul, and I step in before you sink deeper than you were meant to go. This moment, right here, is that interruption, not to overwhelm you, but to remind you. To remind you that I am still here. Even in your silence, even in your confusion, even in your exhaustion, I have not stepped away from you. Not once. Even when you thought I was quiet, I was still working. Even when you felt nothing, I was still holding you together. Even when your faith felt weak, I was still close. You may not have seen it. You may not have felt it. But there were moments when you were about to break and something held you back from falling completely. That was me. There were thoughts that could have taken you deeper into fear, but somehow they didn't stay. That was me. There were days when you had just enough strength to keep going, even when you didn't know where it came from. That was me. And I am telling you now, I am not done with you. Not even close. So do not let this moment pass without receiving what I am placing in your heart. Slow down. Breathe. And listen. Because I am not speaking to the version of you that smiles in public. I am speaking to the part of you that sits quietly at night. The part that replays conversations. The part that wonders if things will ever change. The part that gets tired of being strong all the time. I know that place. I see that place. And I am reaching into that place right now. You have been trying to figure everything out before allowing yourself to feel peace. But peace does not come from having all the answers. Peace comes from knowing that you are held, even when things don't make sense. So stop waiting for everything to be clear before you allow yourself to rest. Stop believing that you have to carry everything perfectly. You don't. You were never meant to. Let this moment be different. Let this moment be the place where you stop resisting comfort. Because I am not here to remind you of your weakness. I am here to remind you of my presence. And my presence has not left you. Not in your hardest days. Not in your quietest nights. Not in your most uncertain thoughts. I am still here, closer than you think, more aware than you realize, and more involved than you can see right now. So if something inside you is beginning to feel even a little lighter as you hear this, that is not coincidence. That is your spirit recognizing truth. Hold on to that. Do not dismiss it. Do not rush away from it. Because this is where healing begins. Not all at once, but gently, quietly, deeply. And before you move forward, I want you to do something simple but powerful. If you feel even a small connection to these words, if something in your heart is saying, "This is for me," then type, "Yes, I received this," in the comments. Let it be your first step toward opening your heart again. And stay with me until the end, because what is coming next will help you understand why everything you've been feeling had a purpose, and how your life is about to shift in ways you did not expect. If these words are bringing you peace, take a moment to like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs this message too. And if you feel led to support this ministry, you can do so through the link given below. Only if these words truly touched your heart. I will meet you in the next part, because I am not finished speaking to you yet. Do not rush away yet. Stay here with me a little longer, because what you have been feeling, what you have been carrying, it did not come without a reason, and it was not unseen. I want you to understand something that you have been trying to figure out on your own. The heaviness you felt was not just about what was happening around you. It was also about what was building inside you. You kept telling yourself, "I'll get through this." You kept saying, "It's just a phase." You kept believing that maybe tomorrow would feel lighter. But day after day, something remained. And you started wondering why. Why did simple things begin to feel difficult? Why did your patience become shorter? Why did your energy fade faster than before? Why did your heart react more deeply to things you once handled easily? I saw those questions forming inside you. I saw the confusion that followed them. And I saw how you quietly blamed yourself for it. You thought maybe you were becoming weak. Maybe you were overthinking. Maybe you were losing control of your emotions. But listen to me carefully. You were not becoming weak. You were becoming tired from carrying too much without release. There is a difference. And that difference matters, because a tired heart does not need judgment, it needs rest. A tired soul does not need pressure, it needs renewal. And you, my child, have been carrying more than you admitted, even to yourself. You carried responsibilities, you carried expectations, you carried disappointments that you never fully processed, you carried unanswered questions that kept returning when everything became quiet, and you carried emotions that you pushed aside because there was no safe place to release them. So you continued. You kept moving. You kept functioning. But inside, the weight was increasing. And there comes a point when even the strongest heart begins to feel the cost of silent endurance. That is where you were. Not broken, but stretched. Not defeated, but overwhelmed. Not lost, but carrying too much alone. And I saw it all. I saw the moments when you sat quietly, trying to understand your own thoughts. I saw when your mind replayed things you wished you could forget. I saw when you stared into nothing, but inside, everything was moving. And I saw when you told yourself to stay strong, even when you did not feel strong at all. You never needed to say it out loud for me to hear it. I heard the silence. I understood the weight behind it. And I did not ignore it. That is why I am speaking now, because there are times when I step in, not because you asked perfectly, but because your soul reached a point where it needed intervention. This is one of those moments. You thought you were just scrolling, but your spirit was being guided. You thought this was just another message, but this was an answer to the things you could not explain, an answer to the feelings you could not name, an answer to the weight you could not release. I did not wait for you to break completely. I came before that, because I care about what is happening inside you, not just what others can see on the outside. And I need you to understand something clearly now. What you felt was not meaningless. What you experienced was not wasted. What you carried was not unnoticed. Every moment of confusion, every moment of emotional heaviness, every moment when you felt like withdrawing, it all had a purpose beyond what you could see at the time. Because sometimes, before renewal comes, there is a revealing of what has been buried too long, a revealing of what needs to be released, a revealing of where your soul has been stretched beyond its natural strength. You thought you were falling apart, but in truth, you were becoming aware of what needed healing, aware of what needed rest, aware of what needed to change. And awareness, even when it feels uncomfortable, is the beginning of transformation. So do not fear what you felt. Do not reject it. Do not run from it, because it brought you here. And this place, this moment, is where things begin to shift. Not suddenly, not loudly, but deeply. I am not rushing your process. I am guiding it. I am not ignoring your pain. I am working through it. I am present within it. Even now, as you read these words, something inside you is becoming still. Something inside you is beginning to understand. And something inside you is starting to feel just a little lighter. That is not your imagination. That is my presence reaching you. So stay here. Do not move too quickly. Do not let distraction take this away from you. Because your healing does not begin when everything is perfect. It begins when you allow yourself to receive what is being given to you right now. And this is what I am giving you. Clarity, where there was confusion. Peace, where there was pressure. Understanding, where there was doubt. And presence, where you felt alone. You do not need to carry everything by yourself anymore. You do not need to pretend you are always strong. You do not need to hide what you feel. Because I already know, and I am not turning away from you. I am drawing closer. So if you are still here, if these words are speaking directly to your heart, if you feel something inside you saying, "This is exactly what I needed," then type, "I trust this process," in the comments. Let it be your step of release. Let it be your decision to stop carrying everything alone and stay with me until the end, because what I am about to reveal next will help you understand why certain delays happened and how they were protecting you in ways you did not realize. This is not the end of your story. This is the moment it begins to change. I am still speaking, and you are still being guided. Just stay. Stay with me. Do not let your attention drift now, because what I am about to show you will change the way you see everything that felt delayed. You have been asking questions, quiet questions. Questions you did not always speak out loud, but they kept returning in your thoughts. Why is this taking so long? Why is nothing moving the way I expected? Why do things start and then suddenly slow down? Why does it feel like I am stuck while others are moving forward? I heard every one of those questions, even the ones you pushed away because you did not want to feel frustrated again. And I want you to understand something clearly now. What you called delay was not always denial. What you called stillness was not always absence. And what you called frustration was not always a problem. Sometimes it was protection. Yes, protection in a form you did not recognize. Because you were looking at timing from your perspective, but I was seeing the full picture. You saw what you wanted to happen. I saw what would happen if it happened too soon. You saw the opportunity. I saw the pressure attached to it. You saw the open door. I saw what was waiting on the other side of it. And there were moments when moving forward quickly would have placed more weight on you than your current strength could carry. So I slowed it down, not to stop you, but to prepare you. Not to block you, but to protect you. But I know it did not feel that way. I know it felt confusing. I know it felt frustrating. I know it made you question whether things would ever change. Because when something is delayed without explanation, the human heart begins to assume the worst. You started wondering, did I do something wrong? Did I miss my chance? Am I being overlooked? Is this ever going to happen for me? And those thoughts became heavier than the situation itself. But listen carefully. You were not being overlooked. You were being covered. Covered from things you could not yet see. Covered from outcomes that would have drained you. Covered from timing that would have stretched you beyond what you were ready for. I know you wanted answers faster. I know you wanted movement sooner. I know you wanted clarity without waiting. But growth does not always come through speed. Sometimes it comes through stillness. And stillness is uncomfortable when you do not understand what is happening behind it. But I was working, even in what looked like nothing, even in what felt like silence, even in moments when everything seemed paused. I was aligning things. I was adjusting paths. I was removing what you did not need. I was strengthening parts of you that would be required for what is coming next. And you did not see it because it was happening beneath the surface. Just like roots grow before anything becomes visible above the ground. You thought nothing was happening, but something was being built. Something real. Something lasting. Something that would not collapse under pressure later. You were being prepared. And preparation often feels like delay when you do not understand its purpose. You were also being protected from exhaustion, because you were already carrying more than you realized. And if everything you wanted had arrived all at once, it would not have brought peace. It would have brought pressure. So I slowed it, not to disappoint you, but to preserve you, not to deny you, but to develop you. And now I need you to shift how you see those moments. Stop calling them wasted time. Stop calling them missed chances. Stop calling them failure. Because they were none of those things. They were moments where I stepped in quietly and said, "Not yet, because I care too much to let this happen the wrong way." You may not have understood it then, but you are beginning to understand it now. That is why you are still here reading this, because something inside you is recognizing truth. Something inside you is realizing that maybe, just maybe, those delays were not against you. Maybe they were for you. And when you begin to see it that way, something shifts inside you. Frustration starts to loosen. Confusion starts to clear. And trust, slowly, begins to rebuild. You do not need to have every answer right now. You do not need to understand every detail. You only need to know this. I have not been working against you. I have been working for you, even when it did not feel like it, even when it did not look like it, even when your thoughts told you otherwise. I was still there, guiding, adjusting, protecting, preparing, and I am still doing that now. So do not lose your trust in this moment. Do not go back to thinking nothing is happening, because something is always happening, even when you cannot see it. And what is coming next will make more sense than what came before. But you must stay with me. You must stay present. You must stay open, because what you are stepping into requires a heart that is not closed by past frustration. It requires a mind that is willing to trust again. And it requires a spirit that is ready to receive, not just question. So take a breath right now and release the weight of, "Why is this not happening yet?" Replace it with this: "It is happening at the right time." Because timing matters more than you think. And I have been watching every detail. Nothing has been missed. Nothing has been forgotten. Nothing has been wasted. Everything has been aligned, even the delays, especially the delays. So if something inside you is beginning to accept this, if your heart is starting to feel a little more at peace with what did not happen yet, then type, "I trust your timing," in the comments. Let it be your release from frustration. Let it be your step into trust. And stay with me until the end, because what I will show you next will reveal why your strength was being tested and how it is about to turn into something greater than you expected. You are not behind. You are being prepared. And I am not finished with you yet. Stay here. Do not lose focus now, because what you are beginning to understand is deeper than what you first thought. You have been asking yourself quietly, why has this been so hard? Why did I have to go through this? Why did it feel like I was carrying more than I could handle? And even when you did not say it out loud, the feeling remained, because there were moments when you truly felt stretched, moments when your strength did not feel strong anymore, it felt thin, moments when continuing did not feel like progress, It felt like survival. I saw those moments. I saw when you kept going, not because you felt powerful, but because you did not know how to stop. I saw when your energy dropped, but your responsibilities did not. I saw when your heart felt heavy, but your life kept moving forward anyway. And I saw how you questioned yourself in the middle of it. You wondered if you were becoming weaker. You wondered if something inside you was breaking. You wondered if you were losing the strength you once had. But listen carefully, you were not losing your strength. You were being stretched into a different kind of strength. A strength that is not loud. A strength that is not always visible. A strength that does not come from feeling powerful, but from continuing even when you feel like you have nothing left. That is the strength you are building. And it does not come easily. It is not built in comfort. It is not built when everything feels good. It is built in moments like the ones you just came through, where you had to keep going without clear answers, where you had to stay steady without visible results, where you had to hold on even when your emotions were pulling you in different directions. That kind of strength is rare, and you were developing it, even when you did not realize it. You thought you were barely holding on, but you were actually growing. You thought you were just surviving, but you were becoming stronger in ways that will matter later. Because what is coming next in your life will require more than surface-level strength. It will require depth. It will require endurance. It will require a heart that knows how to stay steady even when things are uncertain. And that is exactly what has been forming inside you. Not perfectly, not easily, but intentionally. Every moment you chose to continue, every moment you chose not to give up completely, every moment you showed up, even when you felt empty, it all mattered. None of it was wasted. None of it was unnoticed. I was watching every step. I was strengthening you in ways you could not measure. Because you are not being prepared for where you have been, you are being prepared for where you are going. And where you are going requires a stronger version of you. Not a perfect version, not a fearless version, but a grounded version. A version of you that knows how to keep going, even when things feel uncertain. A version of you that does not collapse at every difficulty, because it has already been through enough to stand. That is who you are becoming, and that is why this season felt the way it did. It was not random pressure. It was intentional growth. But I know something. Growth does not always feel like progress. Sometimes it feels like pressure. Sometimes it feels like confusion. Sometimes it feels like you are losing more than you are gaining. But what you could not see was what was forming beneath all of that. Your patience was being stretched. Your endurance was being built. Your ability to stand without immediate answers was being strengthened. And those are things you will need. Because the next part of your journey will not look like the last. It will require more responsibility, more clarity, more stability, and you are being shaped for it now. So do not look back at what you went through and call it meaningless. Do not look at your struggle and call it pointless. Do not look at your tiredness and think it was wasted, because it was not. It was preparation. Preparation for something that is still ahead. Something that will make sense of what you have been through, but you must not let what you felt weaken your belief in yourself. You must not allow your past exhaustion to define your future. Because you are not the same person you were before this. You have changed. You have grown. You have endured. And even if you do not fully see it yet, you are stronger now. Not in a way that feels loud, but in a way that is real. And that kind of strength will carry you further than you expect. So take a moment right now and acknowledge what you made it through. Acknowledge the days you thought you could not handle, but you did. Acknowledge the moments you felt like giving up, but you stayed. Acknowledge the strength that carried you even when you did not recognize it, because that strength is still with you, and it will not leave you. I am continuing to build it. I am continuing to shape you. I am continuing to guide you step by step, so do not doubt yourself now. Do not shrink back. Do not let your past struggle convince you that you are not ready for what is ahead, because you are being prepared even now, and you are closer than you think. So if something inside you is beginning to realize, I made it through more than I thought I could, then type, I am stronger than I felt, in the comments. Let it be your reminder. Let it be your truth. And stay with me until the end, because what I will reveal next will show you why your heart had to go through emotional breaking and how it is leading you into deeper healing. You are not falling apart. You are being built. And I am still with you. Stay with me. Do not step away now, because what you are about to understand will touch the deepest part of what you have been feeling. There were moments recently when something inside you felt like it was breaking. Not in a way others could clearly see, not in a way that caused everything to stop, but in a quiet, inward way. A way where your emotions felt fragile. A way where your heart felt more sensitive than usual. A way where even small things seemed to reach deeper than before. And you did not fully understand why. You tried to stay composed. You tried to keep everything together. You tried to act like nothing was wrong. But inside, something was shifting. Something was opening. Something was being exposed that you had kept hidden for a long time. And that feeling, it scared you a little. Because you are used to being strong. You are used to handling things. You are used to moving forward without stopping to feel too much. But this time felt different. This time, your emotions would not stay quiet. This time, your heart would not stay closed. This time, what you had buried began to surface. And you wondered, why now? Why am I feeling this again? Why are these old thoughts returning? Why does this hurt more than it should? I saw those moments. I saw when memories came back unexpectedly. I saw when emotions rose without warning. I saw when your heart felt overwhelmed by things you thought you had already moved past. And I saw how you tried to push it away. But listen carefully. This was not happening to break you. It was happening to heal you. Because healing does not always begin with comfort. Sometimes it begins with exposure. Exposure of what has been hidden too long. Exposure of what has been carried without release. Exposure of what has been quietly affecting you beneath the surface. You thought you had moved on, but some things were never fully released. They were only pushed aside. And over time, they remained, not loudly, but deeply. And when the time was right, when your heart reached a certain point, when your spirit was ready, those things began to rise again. Not to hurt you, but to be healed. Because you cannot heal what you refuse to feel. You cannot release what you continue to hide. You cannot restore what has never been fully acknowledged. And I knew that you were ready. Ready not because it would be easy, but because your heart had reached the point where it could no longer carry it silently. So I allowed it to come up. I allowed the emotions to surface. I allowed the memories to return. I allowed the pressure to be felt so it could finally be released. But I stayed with you through it, even when it felt overwhelming, even when you did not understand it, even when you wished it would just go away. I did not leave. I was there, in every moment. I was there when you sat quietly, trying to process what you were feeling. I was there when your eyes filled with tears you did not expect. I was there when your heart felt heavy without a clear reason. I was there when you asked yourself, why is this happening again? And I am here now to give you the answer. It was not happening again to hurt you. It was happening again to free you. Because what you carry emotionally affects how you live. It affects how you think. It affects how you respond. It affects how you move forward. And I did not want you to carry that weight into what is coming next. So I allowed the breaking, because the breaking was making room. Room for peace, room for clarity, room for healing, room for a lighter version of you. And I know it did not feel good. It felt uncomfortable. It felt confusing. It felt like you were losing control. But you were not losing control. You were letting go of what you were never meant to carry forever. And that is not weakness. That is release. That is healing. That is transformation. So do not be afraid of what you felt. Do not be ashamed of your emotions. Do not think something is wrong with you because you felt deeply. Because feeling deeply means your heart is still alive, and a heart that is alive can be restored. A heart that is open can be healed. A heart that is willing can be renewed. And that is exactly what is happening inside you now. Slowly, quietly, but truly. You are not the same person you were before this. Something has shifted. Something has softened. Something has opened. And that opening is where healing enters. So do not close yourself again. Do not go back to hiding everything. Do not return to carrying everything alone, because you do not have to anymore. I am here. I am with you, and I am guiding you through this process, step by step. So take a deep breath right now, and allow yourself to release what you have been holding. You do not need to hold it all anymore. You are safe to let it go. And if you feel this in your heart, if you recognize that something inside you is beginning to heal, then type, "I am ready to heal," in the comments. Let it be your step forward. Let it be your agreement with what is happening inside you. And stay with me until the end, because what is coming next will help you understand how your life is about to open in new ways after this healing. And if these words are bringing you peace, if they are helping you feel understood, take a moment to like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone who may need this message too. And if you feel happy with my words and feel led to support this ministry, you can do so through the link given below, only if your heart truly connects. Because this message is not just for you to hear, it is for you to live. You are not breaking, you are healing. And I am still walking with you. Stay here with me. Do not let your thoughts pull you away now, because what you are about to understand will change how you see the silence you have been feeling. There were moments, many moments, when everything around you seemed quiet. Not peaceful quiet, but questioning quiet. The kind of silence that makes your mind louder. The kind of silence that makes you wonder, where are you? Why can't I feel anything? Why does it seem like nothing is happening? You did not always say these words out loud. Sometimes you just felt them. Sometimes it came as a long pause, a deep breath, a stare into nothing, waiting for something to shift, waiting for something to speak, waiting for something to make sense. And when nothing obvious happened, you began to feel alone. Not completely alone, but distant, like something that used to feel close, now felt quiet. And that silence began to trouble you, because you did not understand it. You wondered if something had changed. You wondered if you had done something wrong. You wondered if you had somehow moved too far. But listen carefully now. That silence was never empty. It only felt empty because you were expecting it to sound a certain way. You were waiting for clear answers, visible movement, obvious direction. But not everything I do is loud. Not everything I do is immediate. Not everything I do comes in a way your mind can quickly recognize. Sometimes I work in silence, not because I am absent, but because I am active in deeper ways, ways that are not always visible, ways that are not always felt immediately, ways that are shaping things beneath the surface. You were looking for something to happen around you, but I was working within you. You were waiting for a sign you could see, but I was building something you could not yet measure. You were expecting movement you could understand, but I was creating alignment you would only recognize later. And that silence, it was not distance. It was depth. Depth of work. Depth of preparation. Depth of care. Because there are things that cannot be rushed. There are things that cannot be explained too early. There are things that must be formed quietly before they are revealed openly. And you were in one of those moments. A moment where everything seemed still, but everything was being arranged. You thought nothing was happening, but something important was being formed. Your patience was being stretched. Your trust was being tested. Your dependence on visible answers was being challenged. And all of that was necessary. Because where you are going, you cannot rely only on what you see. You cannot depend only on what you feel. You must learn how to stand, even when things are quiet, even when answers are not immediate, even when clarity takes time. And that is what you were learning. Even if you did not realize it, you were learning how to remain without constant reassurance. You were learning how to trust without immediate evidence. You were learning how to stay steady, even when your emotions were uncertain. And that kind of growth, it happens in silence, not in noise, not in constant confirmation, but in stillness. And I was with you in that stillness, every moment of it. Even when you could not feel me clearly, I was there. Even when your thoughts became heavy, I was there. Even when your questions went unanswered, I was there. Closer than you thought, more involved than you realized. Because my presence is not limited to what you feel. My presence does not depend on your emotions. My presence does not disappear when things become quiet. I remain, always. And now, you are beginning to understand that. You are beginning to see that silence does not mean absence. You are beginning to realize that stillness does not mean nothing is happening. You are beginning to feel that something deeper was taking place. And that understanding, it changes everything. Because once you understand that I am still working in silence, you stop fearing it. You stop questioning it the same way. You stop assuming the worst. And you begin to trust, even in quiet moments. That is where your peace begins to grow. Not when everything is loud and clear, but when you can rest, even in uncertainty. And you are getting there. Step by step, moment by moment. You are learning how to remain steady. You are learning how to trust without needing constant proof. You are learning how to stay connected, even when things are quiet, and that is powerful. Because that kind of trust, it cannot be shaken easily. So do not be afraid of silence anymore. Do not let it make you feel distant. Do not let it convince you that you are alone, because you are not. You never were, and you never will be. I have been with you through every quiet moment, through every unanswered thought, through every pause that felt longer than expected. And I am still here now, speaking to you, reaching you, reminding you. So stay in this moment. Do not rush away, because this is where your understanding is becoming deeper. This is where your trust is becoming stronger. This is where your peace is beginning to settle. And if something inside you is starting to accept this, if you are beginning to feel that the silence was not empty, then type, "I trust you, even in silence," in the comments. Let it be your declaration. Let it be your shift. And stay with me until the end, because what I will reveal next will help you understand why your thoughts became so heavy, and how they are about to become clearer. You are not alone in the quiet. I am there too, always. Do not move away now, because what I am about to reveal will help you understand something that has been happening inside your mind. There were moments, quiet moments, when your thoughts became louder than everything around you. Moments when the room was silent, but your mind was not. You tried to rest, but your thoughts kept moving. You tried to distract yourself, but they returned again. You tried to calm yourself, but something inside kept replaying the same questions, the same concerns, the same possibilities. And it became exhausting. Not the kind of exhaustion that comes from physical work, but the kind that comes from thinking too much, feeling too much, carrying too much inside your mind. You know those moments. When you lay down at night and instead of peace, your mind starts reviewing everything. Conversations, decisions, memories, fears. What could happen? What might go wrong? What you should have done differently. And even when you tell yourself to stop, the thoughts continue. I saw those moments. I saw when your mind would not slow down. I saw when your thoughts became heavier than the situation itself. I saw when you felt trapped inside your own thinking. And I saw how it affected you, how it drained your energy, how it made small things feel bigger, how it made simple moments feel complicated, and how it made you question yourself more than necessary. You wondered, why can't I just feel calm? Why does my mind keep going like this? Why does everything feel so intense inside me? And sometimes you blamed yourself for it. You thought maybe you were overthinking, maybe you were too sensitive. Maybe you were making things harder than they needed to be. But listen carefully now. Your thoughts were not just random. They were connected to everything you have been carrying. They were the result of unprocessed emotions, unanswered questions, unreleased pressure, and quiet fears that had been building over time. Your mind was trying to make sense of what your heart had not fully released. And that created noise. Not because something was wrong with you, but because something inside you needed attention, needed clarity, needed peace. And when those things are missing, the mind tries to fill the space. It starts analyzing, replaying, imagining, questioning. And without even realizing it, you become overwhelmed by your own thoughts. But I want you to understand something important. Your mind was not your enemy. It was responding to what your soul was carrying. And instead of fighting your thoughts, you needed to understand what they were pointing to. Because beneath all that thinking, there were feelings you had not fully acknowledged. There were worries you had not fully released. There were questions you had not fully answered. And your mind kept returning to them because they were still unresolved. But you are not meant to live in that cycle. You are not meant to stay trapped in overthinking. You are not meant to feel controlled by your thoughts. You are meant to have peace. And that peace does not come from trying to control every thought. It comes from releasing what is feeding those thoughts. That is what I am leading you toward now. Release. Release of pressure. Release of fear. Release of things you were never meant to carry alone. Because when you release, your mind begins to quiet. When you let go, your thoughts begin to settle. When you stop holding everything inside, your inner world becomes lighter. And that is what is beginning to happen now. Even as you read this, something inside you is slowing down. Something inside you is becoming aware. Something inside you is recognizing, I don't have to carry all of this in my mind. You can let it go. You can release it. You can trust that not everything needs to be figured out right now. You can trust that not every thought deserves your attention, because your peace is more important than constant analysis. Your peace is more valuable than endless questioning. Your peace is something I want for you, and I am leading you toward it, step by step, thought by thought, moment by moment. So the next time your mind begins to race, do not panic. Do not fight it aggressively. Pause, breathe, and remind yourself, I do not need to solve everything right now. I do not need to carry every thought. I can release this, and in that moment, you will begin to feel the shift. A small shift at first, but real, because peace grows in small moments. Not all at once, but gradually, and you are already stepping into it, right now, in this moment. So do not go back to believing your thoughts are controlling you. They are not. You are learning how to rise above them. You are learning how to let them pass, without letting them take your peace. And that is strength. A different kind of strength. A deeper kind. So stay with me. Stay present. Because your mind is not meant to remain heavy. It is meant to become clear. And that clarity, it is coming. Slowly, but surely. So if something inside you is beginning to feel calmer, if you recognize that you have been carrying too many thoughts and you are ready to release them, then type, I release what I can't control in the comments. Let it be your step toward peace. Let it be your decision to stop carrying everything in your mind. And stay with me until the end, because what I will reveal next will show you how your life is about to become lighter, not because everything changes instantly, but because you are changing from within. You are not your thoughts. You are stronger than them. And I am guiding you into peace. Stay with me. Do not leave this moment yet, because something important is happening inside you right now, even if you cannot fully explain it. You may not see a big change around you yet. Your situation may look the same. Your surroundings may not have shifted. The people around you may not even notice anything different. But something is changing, and it is happening within you. Quietly, gently, but truly. This change did not begin today. It has been forming over time, through everything you have experienced, through every moment of pressure, through every season of waiting, through every silent struggle. Something inside you has been transforming, and now you are beginning to feel it. Not loudly, not dramatically, but subtly. You are starting to think differently. You are starting to respond differently. You are starting to see things in a way you did not before. And even if you cannot fully describe it, you know something is not the same. This is growth. Real growth. Not the kind that is announced, but the kind that is lived. You are becoming more aware of your thoughts, aware of your emotions, aware of what you allow into your mind, aware of what you carry and what you no longer want to carry. And that awareness, it is powerful. Because once you become aware, you cannot go back to living the same way. You begin to choose differently. You begin to protect your peace. You begin to let go of things that once held you tightly. You begin to create space for something better. And that is what is happening now. You are creating space for clarity, space for calm, space for healing, space for new direction. But I want you to understand something. This change inside you is more important than anything happening outside you right now. Because external change follows internal change. Not the other way around. You have been waiting for things around you to shift, but I have been working on shifting you first. Because once you change within, everything around you begins to align differently. Your decisions become clearer. Your reactions become calmer. Your mindset becomes stronger. Your direction becomes more focused. And the things that once confused you no longer have the same power over you. That is the change you are stepping into. And it is not temporary. It is not random. It is intentional. You are being renewed from the inside out. And that kind of renewal, it lasts. It stays with you. It carries you forward. Even when challenges come again, you will not respond the same way. Because you are not the same person anymore. You have grown. You have learned. You have endured. And now you are becoming more stable, more grounded, more aware, and more aligned with what truly matters. So do not ignore this shift. Do not rush past it. Do not go back to old patterns just because they feel familiar. Because you are not meant to stay where you were. You are moving forward. And forward movement sometimes feels unfamiliar. It feels different. It feels new. But that does not mean it is wrong. It means you are changing. And change requires adjustment. So be patient with yourself. Do not expect everything to feel perfect immediately. Do not expect every thought to be calm all the time. Do not expect every moment to be easy. Because growth is a process. But it is a process that is working. Even now. Even here. Even in this moment. You are becoming stronger inside. And that strength will begin to show in your life, in your choices, in your peace, in your confidence, in your ability to let go of what no longer serves you. And that is how your life becomes lighter. Not because everything around you changes instantly, but because you are no longer carrying the same weight inside. You are releasing it. You are growing beyond it. You are rising above it. And that is something to recognize. That is something to appreciate. Because you have come further than you think. Even if your journey is not finished, you are not where you used to be. And that matters. So take a moment right now and acknowledge the change within you. Acknowledge the strength that is forming. Acknowledge the awareness that is growing. Acknowledge the peace that is beginning to settle. Because this is the beginning of something new. Not just around you, but within you. And what begins within will eventually be seen outside. So stay in this process. Stay connected. Stay open. Because you are moving in the right direction. Even if it does not feel perfect yet, you are moving forward. And I am guiding you every step of the way. So if you feel this shift inside you, if you recognize that something within you is changing, then type, "I feel the change within me," in the comments. Let it be your confirmation. Let it be your awareness. And stay with me until the end, because what I will reveal next will help you understand how this inner change will begin to affect your outer life in ways you did not expect. You are not the same anymore, and that is a beautiful beginning. You have been focusing so much on what you feel, on the heaviness, on the confusion, on the waiting, that you did not fully realize something important. Your life is already beginning to shift, not loudly, not suddenly, but steadily. And this shift is not starting outside you. It is starting within you, because everything that changes in your life first changes inside you. You have already begun to think differently. You have already begun to see things with more clarity. You have already begun to release what was weighing you down. And because of that, your direction is changing. Your responses are changing. Your choices are changing. And those small internal changes, they will begin to shape your external life. You may not notice it immediately, but it is happening. You will start to walk away from things that no longer feel right. You will begin to feel less connected to what once drained you. You will begin to recognize what truly matters and what does not. And slowly, your life will begin to align with that awareness. This is how transformation works. Not all at once, but step by step, choice by choice, moment by moment, and you are already in that process. You are not waiting for change anymore. You are becoming the change. And that is powerful, because when you change within, you stop chasing what is not meant for you. You stop holding on to what no longer serves you. You stop forcing things that are not aligned with your growth. And instead, you begin to move naturally toward what is right for you, toward what brings peace, toward what brings clarity, toward what supports your growth instead of draining it. And that is where your life begins to feel different, not because everything around you suddenly becomes perfect, but because you are no longer holding on to what creates confusion. You are releasing it. And as you release, space is created. Space for better opportunities, space for healthier connections, space for clearer direction, space for peace. And when there is space, new things can enter your life. Things that align with who you are becoming now, not who you used to be. Because you are not the same person anymore. You have grown. You have learned. You have become more aware. And your life will begin to reflect that. So do not rush this process. Do not expect everything to change overnight, because lasting change takes time. But it is happening, even now. You may notice small differences first. How you react to situations, how you handle your thoughts, how you choose where to put your energy, how you decide what to hold on to and what to release. Those small differences, they matter. They are signs that something real is happening. And over time, those small shifts become bigger changes. Changes in your environment, changes in your relationships, changes in your opportunities, changes in your path. And one day, you will look back and realize everything changed. Not all at once, but gradually. Because you changed first, and that is what I have been guiding you toward. Not just temporary relief, but lasting transformation. Not just external improvement, but internal alignment. Because when you are aligned within, your life begins to flow differently. You stop feeling stuck. You stop feeling confused. You stop feeling pulled in different directions. And instead, you begin to move with clarity, with purpose, with peace. And that is where you are heading now, even if you cannot fully see it yet, even if it does not feel complete yet. You are on that path, and I am guiding you through it, step by step. So trust this process. Trust what is changing inside you. Trust what you are beginning to understand, because it is leading you somewhere better, somewhere lighter, somewhere clearer, somewhere more aligned with who you are becoming. And you deserve that. You deserve a life that feels peaceful. You deserve a life that feels clear. You deserve a life that does not constantly weigh you down. And that life, it is not far from you. It is being formed through the changes happening within you right now. So stay connected to this. Do not go back to old patterns. Do not return to what drained you. Do not ignore the growth that is happening, because you are moving forward, and forward movement requires letting go of what is behind you. You cannot carry everything into your next season. Some things must be released, and you are learning how to do that more and more each day. So if something inside you is starting to believe, my life is changing, even if I can't see it fully yet, then type, "I accept the new direction" in the comments. Let it be your step into alignment. Let it be your agreement with what is unfolding. And stay with me until the end, because what I will reveal next will show you how the people and situations around you will begin to change as a result of your growth. This is not the same path anymore. You are moving into something new, and I am leading you there. Stay with me. Do not step away now, because what is about to unfold will help you understand something that may already be starting to happen around you. You have been changing within. You have been growing. You have been becoming more aware, more steady, more aligned. And now that inner change will begin to affect what is around you. Because when you change, your environment cannot remain the same forever. It may not happen instantly, but it will happen. You will begin to notice it in small ways first. Subtle shifts, quiet changes. Things that once felt normal will begin to feel different. Conversations that once felt easy may begin to feel draining. Places that once felt comfortable may no longer feel right. People you once connected with deeply may seem distant or out of alignment, and this may confuse you at first. You may ask yourself, why does this feel different now? Why am I not connecting the same way? Why do I feel like I'm outgrowing certain things? But listen carefully. Nothing is wrong. This is a natural result of your growth. When you change internally, your external world begins to adjust. Not everything will move with you. Not everything will stay the same. And not everything is meant to continue into your next season. This does not mean something is broken. It means something is shifting. And shifting can feel uncomfortable because it moves you out of what is familiar. Even if what is familiar was not truly helping you, you may begin to notice that you are less willing to tolerate what once drained you. You may begin to feel a stronger desire for peace. You may begin to step back from things that disturb your clarity. You may begin to choose your time and energy more carefully. And this is not selfish. This is alignment. You are learning to protect your peace. You are learning to value your energy. You are learning to choose what supports your growth. And that will naturally change your surroundings. Some people will understand your growth. They will respect it. They will grow with you. But others may not. They may not understand why you are changing. They may not see what you see. They may not feel what you feel. And that is okay. Because not everyone is meant to walk every part of your journey with you. Some were meant for a season. Some were meant for a lesson. Some were meant to help you grow. But not all are meant to stay. And letting go, even when it is quiet, even when it is unspoken, is part of your growth. You do not need to force connections that no longer feel right. You do not need to hold on to what feels heavy. You do not need to explain every change to everyone. You only need to stay aligned with what you are becoming. Because your peace matters, your clarity matters, your growth matters, and protecting those things is part of your responsibility now. So do not feel guilty when you begin to step back from what no longer aligns. Do not feel confused when certain things begin to fade. Do not feel afraid when your environment starts to shift. Because this is how your life creates space for what is next. What is aligned, what is supportive, what is meant for the version of you that you are becoming now. And as you release what no longer fits, you will begin to notice new things entering your life. New opportunities, new connections, new clarity, new direction. Things that feel lighter, things that feel more natural, things that feel peaceful instead of draining. And you will begin to realize this is what alignment feels like. Not forced, not confusing, not exhausting, but steady, clear, and peaceful. This is where I am leading you. Not into chaos, but into clarity. Not into confusion, but into understanding. Not into heaviness, but into peace. And it is already beginning. Even if it feels slow, even if it feels subtle, it is happening. So trust these changes. Do not resist them. Do not try to hold on to what is shifting, because holding on to what is leaving only delays what is coming. And what is coming is better aligned with who you are now. So allow the changes, allow the shifts, allow the adjustments, because they are making space for something greater, something clearer, something more peaceful, and something more aligned with your life. So if you are beginning to notice these changes, if you feel that your surroundings are shifting, if you recognize that you are no longer the same, then type "I welcome the new around me" in the comments. Let it be your acceptance. Let it be your readiness. And stay with me until the end, because what I will reveal next will help you understand how your future is being shaped right now, even before you can fully see it. And if these words are helping you, if they are bringing clarity to what you have been feeling, take a moment to like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone who may need this message too. And if you feel happy with my words and feel led to support this ministry, you can do so through the link given below, only if your heart truly connects. You are not losing things. You are making room. And I am guiding every step of this change. Stay with me. Do not step away now, because what I am about to reveal will shift how you see your future. You have been looking ahead, trying to understand what is coming, trying to figure out where your life is going, trying to make sense of what lies in front of you. And at times, it felt unclear, it felt uncertain. It felt like you were moving forward without a clear picture. And that made you uneasy, because you wanted direction. You wanted clarity. You wanted to know what to expect. But listen carefully now. Your future is not as uncertain as it feels. It is already being formed, right now, in ways you cannot fully see yet, because the future is not something that suddenly appears one day. It is something that is built moment by moment, choice by choice, step by step. And every change happening inside you right now is shaping what is ahead of you. Your growth is not only for your present, it is preparing your future. The way you think now will affect the decisions you make. The decisions you make will affect the direction you take. The direction you take will affect the life you live. And that process, it has already begun. You are not standing still, even if it feels like you are. You are moving forward in ways that matter. You are becoming more aware of what you want and what you no longer want. You are becoming clearer about what brings you peace and what disturbs it. You are becoming more intentional about your time, your energy, your choices, and all of that is shaping your future, even now. You may not see the full picture yet. You may not know exactly where everything is leading, but you are being guided carefully, intentionally, and every step you take in alignment brings you closer to what is meant for you. So do not let uncertainty make you feel lost, because you are not lost. You are in the process, and the process does not always show you everything at once. It reveals things gradually, as you are ready, as you grow, as you move forward. And that is exactly what is happening now. Your future is unfolding not all at once, but piece by piece, and you are being prepared for each part of it. So trust what is happening now, even if it feels small, even if it feels slow, even if it does not look like what you expected, because what you are becoming is more important than what you are seeing right now, and what you are becoming is exactly what your future requires. There are things ahead of you that you could not have handled before. There are opportunities ahead of you that require a stronger mindset. There are moments ahead of you that require clarity and stability, and you are being prepared for all of it, right now. Through everything you are experiencing, nothing is wasted. Nothing is random. Everything is connected. Even the confusion, even the waiting, even the changes you do not fully understand. They are all part of the process that is shaping your future. So do not rush ahead. Do not try to force clarity. Do not try to figure out everything at once, because clarity comes with movement, understanding comes with growth, and direction becomes clearer as you continue forward. You do not need to see the whole path, you only need to take the next step, and that step, it is already in front of you, in your choices, in your awareness, in your willingness to grow. So focus on that. Focus on what you can do now. Focus on staying aligned with the person you are becoming. Focus on protecting your peace. Focus on making decisions that feel right within you. Because those small actions, they are building something bigger than you can see. They are shaping your future. And one day, you will look back and realize everything led you here. Every moment, every change, every decision, every step, it all mattered. It all connected, and it all brought you to where you were meant to be. So do not doubt your path now. Do not question whether you are moving in the right direction, because you are being guided. Even when it does not feel obvious, even when it does not feel clear, you are being led, step by step. And your future, it is not something you need to fear. It is something that is being prepared for you, and through you. So trust it. Trust the process. Trust the changes within you. Trust the direction you are moving, because it is not leading you nowhere. It is leading you forward, into something better, something clearer, something more aligned with who you are becoming, and you are closer than you think. So if something inside you is beginning to feel this, if you sense that your future is already being shaped, then type, "I trust where I am being led," in the comments. Let it be your step into trust. Let it be your release of fear. And stay with me until the end, because what I will reveal next will show you how everything you lost or released is making space for something greater that is coming into your life. You are not moving into uncertainty. You are moving into purpose. And I am guiding you there. Stay with me. Do not move away now, because what you are about to understand will bring peace to the places where you felt loss. There were things in your life, things you held on to, things you expected to remain, that slowly began to change. Some things faded, some things ended. Some things did not turn out the way you thought they would, and you felt that. Maybe not loudly, maybe not in a way others could see, but inside, you felt it. You felt the absence. You felt the shift. You felt the quiet space where something once existed. And you asked yourself, why did this happen? Why did this leave? Why did this not work out? Why did I have to let this go? And even if you tried to accept it, part of you still questioned it. Because loss, even when it is quiet, still carries weight. But listen carefully now. What you lost was not taken to harm you. It was cleared to prepare you. There is a difference, because not everything that leaves your life is a loss. Some things are removals. Removals of what no longer fits. Removals of what no longer aligns. Removals of what would have held you back from what is ahead. And I know it did not feel that way at the time. It felt like something was missing. It felt like something ended too soon. It felt like something you cared about slipped away. But what you could not see then was what would have happened if it had stayed. Not everything that feels right is meant to remain. Not everything that once fit will continue to fit. Because you are changing. You are growing. You are becoming different. And as you change, some things naturally fall away. Not as punishment, but as preparation. Because what is coming into your life requires space. And space cannot exist if everything from your past remains. So some things had to move. Some things had to end. Some things had to be released. Not because you are not enough, but because your life is making room for what is next. And what is next is more aligned with who you are becoming now. You may not fully see it yet. You may not fully understand it yet. But the space that was created, it is not empty without purpose. It is open for something new, something better suited for your growth, something that will not drain you the same way, something that will not confuse you the same way, something that will support you instead of holding you back. But first, there had to be clearing, and clearing does not always feel good. It can feel like loss. It can feel like disappointment. It can feel like something was taken away, but it was not taken. It was moved out of the way, so that something more aligned can enter. And I know letting go is not easy. Even when you know something is not right anymore, it is still hard to release it. Because you remember what it was. You remember how it felt. You remember what you hoped it would become. And those memories, they hold weight. But holding on to what no longer aligns only keeps you connected to what is behind you. And you are not meant to stay there. You are meant to move forward. And moving forward requires release. Release of what was. Release of what could have been. Release of what no longer fits your life. And you are learning how to do that. Step by step. Moment by moment. Even when it feels uncomfortable, even when it feels uncertain, you are letting go. And that is strength. A quiet strength, a deep strength, because it takes strength to release something your heart once held tightly. But that strength is within you, and you are using it, even now. And as you continue to release, you will begin to feel lighter, not immediately, but gradually. Because every time you let go of what is not aligned, you remove weight from your life. And with less weight, you move more freely. You think more clearly. You feel more at peace. And that is what is ahead of you. A lighter life, a clearer path, a more peaceful direction. But it begins with understanding this. You did not lose what was meant for you. What is meant for you cannot be taken away. What is meant for you will remain. What is meant for you will align with your growth, not resist it. So trust what left. Trust what ended. Trust what did not stay. Because it was not a mistake. It was movement. Movement towards something better, something clearer, something more aligned with your life. So do not look back with regret. Do not question your worth. Do not wonder if you were not enough. Because this was not about your value. This was about your direction. And your direction is changing for the better. So if something inside you is beginning to accept this, if you are starting to understand that what left was making space, then type "I release what is no longer for me" in the comments. Let it be your step forward. Let it be your agreement with your growth. And stay with me until the end, because what I will reveal next will show you how what is coming into your life will feel different, lighter, and more aligned than anything you have experienced before. You are not empty. You are making space. And I am filling that space with something better. Stay with me. Do not leave now, because what I am about to show you will help you recognize what is coming into your life. You have spent so much time dealing with what was heavy, what was confusing, what was uncertain, that you may not fully realize what it feels like when things begin to align. Because what is coming will not feel like what you have been used to. It will feel different, not in a way that overwhelms you, but in a way that brings peace. And that difference, you will notice it. Because you have experienced the opposite. You have experienced things that drained you, things that confused you, things that required constant effort just to maintain, things that left you questioning yourself. But what is coming will not carry that same weight. It will not require you to force everything. It will not leave you feeling unsettled. It will not make you doubt yourself the same way. Instead, it will feel natural. It will feel steady. It will feel clear. And at first, that may feel unfamiliar. Because you have been used to tension. You have been used to overthinking. You have been used to trying to figure everything out. So when something comes into your life that feels calm, that feels easy, that feels aligned, you may question it. You may wonder, is this real? Why does this feel different? Why does this not feel complicated? But listen carefully. Not everything is meant to be complicated. Not everything is meant to be heavy. Not everything is meant to be difficult. Sometimes what is right feels simple. Sometimes what is aligned feels peaceful. Sometimes what is meant for you does not require struggle to hold it together. And you are about to experience that. Because you are no longer the person who accepts what drains you. You are no longer the person who holds on to confusion. You are no longer the person who ignores what feels wrong. You have grown. You have learned. You have become more aware. And because of that, you will begin to attract and recognize what is different, what is better, what is aligned. You will begin to notice that certain opportunities feel right without forcing them. You will begin to notice that certain connections feel natural instead of exhausting. You will begin to notice that your path feels clearer instead of confusing. And that is how you will know things are changing, not just within you, but around you. Because what is coming into your life now is matching who you are becoming, not who you used to be. And that is why it will feel different, because you are different. You are no longer operating from confusion. You are no longer operating from emotional exhaustion. You are no longer making choices from a place of pressure. You are moving from a place of awareness, from a place of clarity, from a place of peace. And when you move from that place, you naturally align with what is right for you. So do not be surprised when things begin to feel easier. Do not question it. Do not think something is wrong just because it is not difficult, because ease is not a mistake. Peace is not a problem. Clarity is not something to doubt. These are signs that you are aligned. And alignment, it brings a different kind of life. A life where you are not constantly struggling to understand everything. A life where you are not constantly trying to fix what feels wrong. A life where things flow more naturally, not perfectly, but peacefully. And that is what you are moving toward now. But you must allow it. You must not return to old patterns. You must not go back to what drained you. You must not choose what feels familiar over what feels right. Because what feels familiar is not always what is meant for you. And you are being guided towards something better than familiar. Something better than what you have experienced before. Something that will support your growth instead of slowing it down. So stay open, stay aware, stay connected to what feels peaceful within you. Because that is your guide. That is how you will recognize what is right. Not by how complicated it is, but by how aligned it feels. And as you continue forward, you will begin to see more of it. More clarity, more peace, more alignment, more of what you have been needing, and less of what has been draining you. That is the shift. That is the change. That is what is coming. So do not doubt it. Do not question whether you deserve it. Because you do. You deserve a life that feels aligned. You deserve a life that feels peaceful. You deserve a life that does not constantly weigh you down. And that life, it is closer than you think. So if something inside you is beginning to believe this, if you feel that something better is coming into your life, then type, "I am ready for what is aligned" in the comments. Let it be your acceptance. Let it be your readiness. And stay with me until the end, because what I will reveal next will show you how to protect this new alignment and not lose it by returning to old habits. What is coming will feel different. And this time, different will be right. Stay with me. Do not move away now. Because what you are stepping into must be protected. You have come through confusion. You have moved through heaviness. You have released what was weighing you down. And now, you are beginning to feel something different. A quiet peace. A growing clarity. A sense that something is shifting in the right direction. But listen carefully. What is beginning inside you is valuable. And anything valuable must be protected. Because not everything around you will understand your growth. Not everything around you will support your change. And not everything around you will align with where you are going. So you must be mindful now. Mindful of what you allow into your thoughts. Mindful of what you give your attention to. Mindful of what you allow to influence your peace. Because what you are building inside you, it can be affected by what you expose yourself to. You have already experienced how your thoughts can become heavy. You have already felt how your emotions can be influenced by what surrounds you. So now, you must choose differently. You must choose what supports your peace. You must choose what strengthens your clarity. You must choose what aligns with your growth. And that means there will be things you need to limit, conversations that no longer serve you, environments that disturb your peace, habits that pull you back into old patterns, thoughts that create unnecessary fear. You do not need to hold on to everything. You do not need to listen to every voice. You do not need to give your energy to everything that comes your way, because your energy, it matters. Your peace, it matters. Your growth, it matters. And protecting those things is part of your responsibility now. This is not about shutting yourself away. This is not about avoiding life. This is about being intentional. Intentional with what you allow into your space. Intentional with what you focus on. Intentional with what you accept. Because what you repeatedly allow shapes your experience. And you are no longer meant to live in confusion. You are no longer meant to carry unnecessary weight. You are no longer meant to stay in environments that drain you. You are moving into something better, something clearer, something more aligned. So you must protect it. You must not return to what you have already outgrown. You must not go back to what disturbed your peace. You must not allow old patterns to take control again. Because growth requires consistency. It requires awareness. It requires choice. And you are learning how to choose differently. You are learning how to say no to what is not aligned. You are learning how to step back from what feels wrong. You are learning how to prioritize your peace. And that is strength. A quiet strength. A wise strength. Because not every battle needs to be fought. Not every situation needs your attention. Not every thought needs your focus. Sometimes, the strongest thing you can do is step away, is stay quiet, is protect your inner peace. And that is what you are being guided to do now. To protect what is forming inside you. To guard the clarity you are gaining. To maintain the peace you are beginning to feel. Because what is being built, it is leading you somewhere important. And it must not be disrupted by what you have already moved beyond. So stay aware. Stay intentional. Stay grounded. Because your peace is not something to take lightly. It is something to protect. And as you protect it, it will grow. It will strengthen. It will become more stable. And that stability will carry you forward. Through situations, through decisions, through changes. You will not be easily shaken. You will not be easily pulled back into confusion. Because you will know what feels right. You will recognize what aligns with you, and you will choose accordingly. That is the life you are stepping into. A life where you are not controlled by everything around you, but guided by what is within you. And that is powerful. So take this seriously. Protect your peace. Protect your clarity. Protect your growth, because it is leading you into something greater, something more stable, something more aligned. And you are ready for it. So if something inside you is telling you, I need to protect what is growing within me, then type, I protect my peace in the comments. Let it be your commitment. Let it be your awareness. And stay with me until the end, because what I will reveal next will show you how to walk forward with confidence without fear pulling you back again. You have come too far to lose this now. Protect it and keep moving forward. Do not step away now. Because what you are about to understand will help you move forward without the weight that once held you back. You have come through a lot, more than you speak about, more than people around you fully understand. You have faced moments of confusion, moments of emotional heaviness, moments where your strength felt like it was fading. And even though you made it through, something remained. A quiet hesitation, a subtle fear. A thought that says, what if it happens again? What if I feel that way again? What if things don't work out? You may not always say it out loud, but it is there, and it affects how you move forward. It makes you cautious. It makes you hold back. It makes you question before you step. And sometimes it keeps you from fully embracing what is ahead. But listen carefully now. You are not meant to move forward in fear. You are not meant to carry the past into your future. You are not meant to let what happened before control what happens next. Because what you went through, it was a season, not your identity. It was an experience, not your destiny, and you have already grown beyond it. Even if part of you still feels connected to it, you are not in the same place anymore. You are not the same person anymore. You have learned. You have changed. You have become more aware. And because of that, you are not walking into the future as the same version of yourself that faced those past struggles. You are walking forward stronger, wiser, more grounded, and more prepared. So fear does not need to lead you anymore. It does not need to guide your decisions. It does not need to control your steps. Because you are not unprepared, you are ready. Not perfectly ready, but ready enough to move forward, ready enough to trust again, ready enough to take steps without holding yourself back. And I am with you in this, guiding you, strengthening you, reminding you that you do not need to be afraid of what is ahead. Because you are not walking into it alone. You are being led every step, every decision, every moment. So when fear tries to speak, when those old thoughts return, when hesitation begins to rise, pause and remind yourself, that was then, this is now. I am not the same person anymore. I am stronger than I was before. I am not walking alone. Because those truths, they will help you move forward, not in fear, but in confidence. A quiet confidence, not loud, not forced, but steady. Because true confidence is not about knowing everything will go perfectly. It is about trusting that you will be able to handle whatever comes. And you will, because you already have. You have faced things you thought you could not handle, and you made it through. You have experienced moments that felt overwhelming, and you are still here. So do not doubt your ability now. Do not question your strength. Do not let fear convince you that you cannot move forward. Because you can, and you will. But you must choose it. You must choose to step forward. You must choose to trust. You must choose to leave fear behind. Because fear will always try to keep you where you are. It will always remind you of what went wrong. It will always show you worst-case possibilities. But you do not need to listen to it. You can acknowledge it and still move forward. You can feel it and not be controlled by it. Because you are not defined by fear. You are defined by your ability to rise above it. And that is what you are doing now. You are stepping forward. You are moving ahead. You are not staying where you were. And that is something to recognize. That is something to be proud of. Because growth is not just about healing, it is about moving forward after healing. And you are doing both. So take a breath right now and release the fear you have been holding. Release the hesitation. Release the doubt. You do not need it anymore. You are ready. And what is ahead, it is not something to fear. It is something to walk into with confidence, with trust, with peace. So if something inside you is ready to move forward without fear, if you feel that you are ready to step into what is ahead, then type I move forward with courage in the comments. Let it be your declaration. Let it be your decision. And stay with me until the end. Because what I will reveal next will show you how to remain steady even when new challenges come without losing your peace again. And if these words are strengthening you, if they are helping you move forward with clarity, take a moment to like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone who may need this message too. And if you feel happy with my words and feel led to support this ministry, you can do so through the link given below. Only if your heart truly connects. You are not held back anymore. You are moving forward. And I am walking with you. Stay with me. Do not move away now. Because what I am about to tell you will help you stay grounded in the moments that test you again. You are moving forward. You are growing. You are becoming stronger, clearer, more aligned, and that is real. But listen carefully. Moving forward does not mean challenges will never come again. It does not mean everything will always feel easy. It does not mean there will be no moments of pressure. Because life still moves. Situations still change. Unexpected things can still appear. But what will be different now is you. You will not face things the same way. You will not react the same way. You will not be shaken as easily as before, because you have grown, and that growth, it will carry you through. There may be moments ahead where something unexpected happens, a situation that tests your patience, a moment that tries to disturb your peace, a thought that attempts to pull you back into overthinking. And in those moments, you will have a choice to return to old patterns, or a choice to stand in the new strength you have built. Before, you may have reacted quickly. You may have allowed your thoughts to take over. You may have felt overwhelmed, but now you are becoming more aware. You are learning how to pause. You are learning how to respond instead of react. You are learning how to protect your peace in real time, and that is powerful. Because steadiness is not about avoiding challenges. It is about remaining grounded when they come. And you are being prepared for that. You are learning how to stay calm even when something tries to disturb you. You are learning how to keep your thoughts clear even when confusion appears. You are learning how to stay aligned even when situations are not perfect. And that is what will carry you forward. Not the absence of problems, but the presence of stability within you. Because when you are stable inside, external things lose their power to control you. They may still happen, but they will not shake you the same way. You will see them differently. You will handle them differently. You will move through them with more clarity and more peace. So when challenges come, do not be surprised. Do not think something is wrong. Do not assume you are going backward, because you are not. You are simply being given an opportunity to apply what you have learned, to stand in your growth, to use your awareness, to remain steady. And each time you do that, you become stronger. Each time you choose peace over reaction, you become more grounded. Each time you stay calm instead of overwhelmed, you build stability within you. And that stability, it becomes your foundation. A foundation that cannot be easily shaken. So do not fear challenges. Do not avoid them. See them as moments where your growth becomes real, where your strength becomes visible, where your peace becomes tested and confirmed. Because peace is not proven when everything is perfect. It is proven when things are not perfect and you remain steady anyway. And you are learning how to do that, even now. So when something tries to disturb your mind, pause, breathe, and remind yourself, I do not need to react immediately. I can stay calm. I can think clearly. I can protect my peace. And in that moment, you will feel the difference. A difference between who you were and who you are becoming. And that difference, it is growth. Real growth. The kind that stays with you. The kind that strengthens you. The kind that carries you forward. So do not doubt yourself when those moments come. Do not question whether you can handle it, because you can. You are not the same as before. You are stronger now, more aware now, more stable now, and that will show in how you respond, in how you think, in how you move forward. So trust yourself, trust your growth, trust what is being built inside you. Because it is enough, more than enough, and I am with you through every moment, guiding you, strengthening you, reminding you that you are capable of standing steady, no matter what comes. So if something inside you is ready to remain calm and grounded, if you feel that you can handle challenges differently now, then type, I remain steady in every moment, in the comments. Let it be your declaration. Let it be your strength. And stay with me until the end, because what I will reveal next will show you how your confidence will grow stronger as you continue walking this path. You are not easily shaken anymore. You are becoming steady, and I am building that strength within you. When your confidence felt stronger, when you moved without overthinking everything, when you trusted yourself more easily, when you did not question every step. But then, things happened. Situations that made you doubt, moments that did not go as expected, experiences that caused you to question your decisions. And slowly, your confidence changed. Not completely gone, but quieter, more cautious, more careful. You began to second-guess yourself. You began to hesitate before acting. You began to question whether you were making the right choices. And even when you moved forward, there was a part of you that held back, a part that remembered what did not work before, a part that did not want to feel that disappointment again. I saw that. I saw how your confidence shifted. I saw how your trust in yourself became uncertain. And I saw how it affected the way you moved through life. But listen carefully now. Your confidence was not lost. It was paused, covered by experiences that made you cautious. But it never left you. And now it is being rebuilt. Not in the same way as before, but in a deeper way. A stronger way. A more grounded way. Because before, your confidence may have been based on things going well, on things working out, on things feeling right. But now, your confidence is being built on something deeper. On your ability to continue, even when things are uncertain. On your ability to stand, even when things are not perfect. On your ability to move forward, even when you do not have all the answers. And that kind of confidence, it does not break easily. It does not disappear with one setback. It does not depend on everything going right. It is steady. It is real. And it is forming inside you now. You may not feel it fully yet. You may still have moments of hesitation. You may still question yourself at times. But something is changing. You are starting to trust your decisions again. You are starting to feel more sure about what you want. You are starting to move with a little more certainty. And that is the beginning. Confidence does not return all at once. It grows in small steps, in small moments where you choose to trust yourself again, in small decisions where you choose to move forward, in small actions where you choose not to hold back. And every time you do that, your confidence grows, slowly but steadily. And you are already doing that. You are already taking steps forward. You are already choosing not to stay where you were. You are already moving, even if it feels small. And those small movements, they matter. Because they are rebuilding something inside you, something important, something that will carry you forward. So do not doubt yourself now. Do not question whether you are capable. Do not let past experiences define your future actions. Because you are not the same person anymore. You have learned, you have grown, you have become more aware. And that awareness, it gives you a different kind of strength. A strength that allows you to make better choices. A strength that helps you recognize what is right for you. A strength that supports your decisions. And that is where your confidence comes from now. Not from perfection, but from growth. Not from certainty about everything, but from trust in yourself. And that trust, it is returning. Even now. Even in this moment. You are beginning to feel it. You are beginning to sense that you can move forward again. That you can make decisions without fear controlling you. That you can trust your path. And that is powerful. Because once you trust yourself again, everything changes. You stop waiting for others to confirm your direction. You stop doubting every step you take. You stop holding yourself back from what you feel is right. And you begin to move with confidence. Not loudly, not forcefully, but steadily. And that steadiness, it will guide you. It will support you. It will keep you moving forward, even when things are not perfect. So trust what is building inside you. Trust the confidence that is returning. Trust the growth that has taken place. Because it is real, and it is enough, more than enough. You are not starting from the beginning. You are moving forward from experience, from learning, from awareness, and that gives you an advantage, that gives you strength, that gives you confidence. So walk forward with it. Do not hold back. Do not hesitate. Do not allow old doubts to control you again, because you are ready. Ready to trust yourself. Ready to move forward, ready to step into what is ahead. And I am with you in every step, guiding you, supporting you, reminding you that you are capable. So if something inside you is beginning to feel this confidence returning, If you sense that you can trust yourself again, then type, "I trust myself again," in the comments. Let it be your declaration. Let it be your step forward. And stay with me until the end, because what I will reveal next will show you how your life will begin to open in ways you did not expect as you continue walking in this confidence. You are not the same anymore. You are stronger, and your confidence is rising again. You have been walking through a season of growth, a season of release, a season of inner change. And now, something new is beginning. Not loudly, not all at once, but quietly. Doors are starting to open. Opportunities are beginning to appear. Paths are forming that were not visible before. And you may not fully recognize them yet, because they are not always obvious at first. They may come in simple forms, small chances, unexpected moments, new ideas, new directions, things that seem ordinary, but carry something deeper. And if you are not paying attention, you might overlook them, because you have been used to waiting for something big, something clear, something undeniable. But what is opening now may begin in small ways. And those small beginnings, they matter, because they lead to something greater. You may notice a new opportunity that feels different, not forced, not confusing, but natural. You may meet someone who brings clarity instead of stress. You may feel drawn toward something new, something you had not considered before. You may sense a shift in your direction, a quiet knowing that you are moving towards something better. These are signs that doors are opening, but you must be willing to see them. You must be willing to step into them, because not every open door will push you forward. Some doors require you to walk through them, to take the step, to trust the direction. And that is where you are now, standing in a place where new paths are beginning to appear, and you are being invited to move. But movement requires trust. It requires you to leave what is behind. It requires you to step into what is unfamiliar, and that can feel uncomfortable. Because even when something is right, if it is new, it can feel uncertain. You may question it. You may hesitate. You may wonder, is this really for me? Should I take this step? What if it doesn't work out? But listen carefully. Not every new path is meant to confuse you. Some are meant to guide you. And what is opening now is aligned with your growth, aligned with your peace, aligned with the person you are becoming. So do not let fear stop you. Do not let doubt hold you back, because these doors are not random. They are connected to everything you have been going through, everything you have been learning, everything you have been releasing. They are the next step, and you are ready for them. Even if you do not feel completely ready, even if you still have questions, even if you still feel a little uncertain, you are ready enough to move. And that is all you need. You do not need perfect clarity. You do not need to see the entire path. You only need to take the next step. And as you step, more will be revealed. More clarity will come. More direction will appear. But you must begin. You must move. You must trust what you are feeling. Because what you are feeling, it is guiding you. It is leading you towards something better. Something aligned. Something that will support your growth instead of draining it. And as you continue forward, you will begin to see more doors open, more opportunities, more connections, more clarity. And you will realize this is what you were being prepared for. This is why you had to grow. This is why you had to release. This is why you had to go through what you did, because you were being led here, to this moment, to this new beginning. And this beginning, it is not something to fear. It is something to embrace, something to step into, something to trust, because you are not stepping into it alone. I am guiding you, every step, every decision, every moment. So trust what is opening. Do not ignore it. Do not delay it. Do not question it too much, because overthinking can cause you to miss what is right in front of you. And you are not meant to miss this. You are meant to walk into it with confidence, with awareness, with trust. So stay open, stay ready, stay willing to move forward, because what is opening now is leading you into something greater than what you have known before. And you deserve that. You deserve new opportunities. You deserve new direction. You deserve a life that feels aligned. And that life, it is beginning to unfold, even now. So if something inside you is starting to recognize this, if you feel that new doors are opening in your life, then type "I step into new opportunities" in the comments. Let it be your acceptance. Let it be your action. And stay with me until the end, because what I will reveal next will show you how to walk through these doors without fear and fully receive what is meant for you. This is your moment. Do not miss it. Step forward. Stay with me. Do not move away now, because what I am about to reveal will help you fully step into what is opening in your life. You have reached a point, a quiet but powerful point, where things are no longer just changing within you. They are beginning to arrive around you. Opportunities, clarity, direction, alignment. It is all beginning to appear. And yet, there is something important you must understand now. It is not enough for something to be available. You must be willing to receive it. And receiving is not always as easy as it sounds, because sometimes, even when something good comes into your life, you hesitate, you question it, you hold back, not because you do not want it, but because you are not used to it. You are used to things being complicated. You are used to things requiring effort just to hold together. You are used to questioning whether something will last. So when something comes that feels right, that feels peaceful, that feels aligned, you may resist it without realizing. You may overthink it. You may look for problems that are not there. You may delay stepping into it fully. But listen carefully. What is meant for you does not need to be pushed away. It does not need to be questioned endlessly. It does not need to be made complicated. It needs to be received openly, willingly, with trust. Because what is coming into your life now is not like what you have experienced before. It is not meant to confuse you. It is not meant to drain you. It is not meant to make you doubt yourself. It is meant to support you, to align with you, to bring you peace. And you must allow that. You must allow yourself to receive something good without expecting it to go wrong. You must allow yourself to experience something peaceful without assuming it will become stressful. You must allow yourself to move forward without carrying the fear of your past. Because your past, it does not define what you receive now. You are not in the same place. You are not the same person. You have grown. You have changed. You have become more aware. And because of that, what is coming into your life now is different. It is aligned with who you are now, not who you were before. So do not reject it. Do not hold back from it. Do not question it more than necessary. Instead, be open. Be willing. Be ready to receive. Because receiving is an act of trust. It is a decision to believe that something good can happen without being taken away. It is a choice to accept what is given without fear controlling your response. And that is where you are now, learning how to receive, learning how to accept, learning how to allow good things into your life without pushing them away. And that is growth. Deep growth. Because it is one thing to let go of what is not meant for you, but it is another thing to fully receive what is. And you are learning both. So when something comes into your life now, something that feels right, something that feels peaceful, something that feels aligned, do not hesitate too long. Do not overanalyze it. Do not search for reasons to doubt it. Instead, pause, feel it, recognize it, and allow it. Allow yourself to experience something good. Allow yourself to step into something new. Allow yourself to receive what is meant for you, because you deserve it. You deserve clarity. You deserve peace. You deserve alignment. You deserve a life that feels lighter. And that life is not something far away. It is beginning now, through the things that are entering your life, through the opportunities that are opening, through the changes that are unfolding, and you are ready for it. More ready than you think. So trust yourself. Trust what you feel. Trust what is coming into your life. Because it is not here to harm you. It is here to support you, to guide you, to move you forward. And as you begin to receive, you will notice something. Things will flow more naturally. You will feel less resistance. You will feel more peace. You will feel more aligned. And that is how you will know you are walking in the right direction. So stay open. Stay ready. Stay willing to receive. Because what is meant for you is already finding its way to you, and you must not turn away from it. This is your moment. A moment to step forward, not with fear, but with openness, with trust, with readiness. So if something inside you is ready to receive what is meant for you, if you feel that you are ready to accept what is coming into your life, then type, "I receive what is for me," in the comments. Let it be your declaration. Let it be your acceptance. And stay with me until the end, because what I will reveal next will bring everything together and show you how to walk fully in this new season without looking back again. You are not waiting anymore. You are receiving. And I am guiding what comes into your life. Stay with me. Do not move away now, because this is the moment where everything comes together. You have walked through confusion. You have carried heaviness. You have faced silence. You have questioned. You have waited. You have grown. And now, you are standing at the edge of something new. Not something distant, not something far away, but something already beginning. A new season, a new way of living, a new way of thinking, a new way of moving forward. And this moment, it is not just about understanding what has happened. It is about stepping into what is now. Because everything you have been through, everything you have felt, everything you have learned has been leading you here, to this point, to this awareness, to this readiness. You are not the same person anymore. You do not think the same way. You do not carry things the same way. You do not respond the same way. You have changed. And that change, it is real, it is deep, it is lasting. And now, you must fully step into it. No more holding back, no more returning to what you have already outgrown. No more doubting whether you are ready. Because you are. You are ready to live differently. You are ready to think differently. You are ready to choose differently. You are ready to move forward without carrying the past with you. This is your new season. A season of clarity. A season of peace. A season of alignment. A season where you are no longer trying to survive, but beginning to truly live. And living, it looks different. It feels different. It requires you to stay present, to stay aware, to stay aligned with what you have learned. Because the past, it will try to pull you back. Old thoughts may return. Old habits may try to reappear. Old patterns may try to reconnect with you. But you are not the same. You do not belong there anymore. You have moved beyond it, so do not go back. Do not reopen what has already closed. Do not reconnect with what no longer aligns, because your future is not behind you. It is in front of you, and it is already opening. You must walk into it fully, with trust, with confidence, with peace. This is not the time to hesitate. This is not the time to question yourself again. This is not the time to doubt what you feel. This is the time to move forward, to embrace what is new, to accept what is aligned, to live in the peace you have been searching for. Because that peace, it is within you now. It is not something you need to chase anymore. It is something you carry. And as you carry that peace, your life will reflect it. Your decisions will reflect it. Your relationships will reflect it. Your path will reflect it. Everything will begin to align with the peace inside you. And that is the life you are stepping into. Not a life without challenges, but a life where challenges do not control you. Not a life without change, but a life where change does not confuse you. Not a life without movement, but a life where movement feels guided, clear, and aligned. This is your new season, and you must claim it. Not with fear, but with confidence. Not with hesitation, but with trust. Not with doubt, but with belief. Because you did not come this far to stay the same. You did not go through everything you went through to return to where you were. You moved forward, you grew, you changed. And now, you must continue, fully, completely, without looking back. This is your moment, your turning point, your new beginning, and I am with you in it, guiding you, supporting you, walking with you, every step. So take a breath right now and step forward. Leave the past behind, release the old weight, embrace what is new, and move into your life with peace, with clarity, with strength, because this is where you belong now. So if something inside you is ready to fully step into this new season, if you feel that you are done with the past and ready to move forward completely, then type, "I step into my new season" in the comments. Let it be your declaration. Let it be your commitment, and stay connected to this message, because this is not just something to hear, it is something to live. And if these words have touched your heart, if they have guided you, if they have brought you peace, take a moment to like this video, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs this message too. And if you feel happy with my words and feel led to support this ministry, you can do so through the link given below. Only if your heart truly connects. This is your new season. Do not look back. Keep moving forward. I am with you, always.